a significant case, in part because Israel's context, I suppose, if you will, makes accusations of genocide against it particularly emotive. But what we're seeing here is an application for an emergency order that will potentially require Israel to either cease its hostilities in Gaza or to at least wind back the hostilities and ensure that aid can reach those in need. We have seen cases that are similar come before the court. So, for example, the Gambia has brought a case against Myanmar in respect of the alleged genocide of the Rohingya people. But this is perhaps the first time that we have seen one intervene in such an active conflict, or at least the first one in very recent years.
As you said, the court will consider some emergency interim orders, as well as this accusation from South Africa and its lawyers that Israel is committing a genocide in Gaza. How long will that section of this deliberation take to determine whether or not a genocide has occurred?
So the proceedings concluded on Friday. On average, it takes somewhere between 30 and 50 days for the court to reach emergency measures decisions. But I believe that the court will give this its absolute priority given the situation on the ground. So personally, I'm anticipating an order at the end of the month, but recalling that we do have 17 judges that sit on this court in this case, and they will need to, of course, deliberate and reach their decision. So it can take some time.
As you say, 17 judges. One of those is Australian Hilary Charlesworth. What do we know about her background? And also, can you tell us, how do the judges make their decision? Does there need to be a consensus position from all judges on these accusations?
So Hilary has recently been re-elected to the court for a 9-year term. She's a very well-respected international law academic and, in fact, one of the pioneers of feminist approaches to international law. So she's a very critical, independent thinker. In terms of the judges and the way that they make their decision, it begins with a drafting committee who will prepare a text, and then the judges will vote on that text, and it requires a majority vote to, of course, have the text approved or the particular orders approved. But there will be deliberations, as I said, and the court will strive to reach a unanimous decision, if at all possible. And where not, the dissenting judges do have the option of writing a separate opinion, which will explain their reasons for voting against any decision that the court has reached.